Hello, my name is Bisi Akande and I'm called the Inspirer, and that's because I inspire individuals and organizations to be more so they can live and lead better. Of course, I believe strongly that everyone deserves to be led well, and that's why I do what I do. And I'm going to be just sharing my thoughts with you in this short video on what to look for in potential leaders. One of the challenges I've seen that leaders face sometimes is the fact that they trust people that they cannot really trust, people that don't deliver. It's like when you, I'm a person of faith, so let me share this. The Bible says that when you trust in an unfaithful man, it's like a teeth out of joint. See, when a teeth is out of joint, it can be a very painful experience. So, if you trust someone who cannot deliver on what you want them to deliver on, who cannot produce the result that you want them to produce, the challenge is that you yourself are going to be frustrated, depressed, and the team will be dragged back. So before you appoint or before you select a leader, before you choose people that are going to succeed you, what are the things that you need to look at? And I have 5 checklists here that you need to do for in potential leaders. Number 1 is awareness. You've got to check the level of awareness of this person. Now, awareness is how conscious a person is to people around them, to going on around them. So a potential leader needs to be aware of themselves. They need to know where they are, and they need to know where they ought to be. They need to know what's keeping them or what's stopping them. They need to have an awareness of what's going on within them. Then they need to have an awareness of what's going on around them. Talking about the people that are around them. Who do they know that you need to know as a leader? Do they know who the critical people in the organization? Do they have an idea? Is their influence, are they able to influence people that are beyond their space? Do they really know the people that are around them? And of course, they need to also understand the situation around them. Leaders are supposed to be able to read trends. So a potential leader should be able to read certain trends around them and know what's going on, the situations that are working either for the organization or against the organization. So in other words, if they are doing a SWOT analysis, they should be able to know the threats and the opportunities that are available to the organization. So number 1 is assessment. Number 2 is ability, and I call that the ability to perform. See, ability is when you can do the things that you are assigned to do. See, nobody pays anyone to be liked. There are some people who are liked. Generally, everybody likes them. But nobody pays you to be liked. It's good to be liked because, for a leader, people follow people like them. People follow people who like them. However, I'm not paying you to be liked. So people don't pay you to be liked. So what do? They pay you for results. Leadership is about results. It's about changing things. It's about performance. And in every organization, we want to have leaders who are productive. So when you are looking for a potential leader, you're looking for their level of productivity. What's their ability? What skills do they have? What can they do? What do they know how to do? What's their learning capacity? Are they able to lead well? Are they able to influence other people around them because they can't do the work alone? So you want to check their ability. What are the abilities they have? What abilities can they bring to the table when they get into the room? Number 3, and the third thing that you need to check is that you want to check their agility. And I love that word agility because that's the ability to move quickly. That's the ability to respond, to think and bring out situations fast. You see, we live in a fast-paced world. So anyone who is slow definitely will slow down the team. Anyone who is slow will stop the progress of the organization. So you need leaders who are agile. Leaders who are able to think on the spot and create certain results. Leaders who are able to be flexible enough, not stiff-necked. Because when they are stiff-necked, what they do is that they stop everyone from moving. If you are looking for a potential leader, then you can look for how agile they are. How are they able to flexibly maneuver things? Because you see, anyone can steer the ship, but it takes a leader to chart the course. Are they able to chart the course? Are they able to create a path for the whole team and for the whole organization? Because that's what you want to do. The 4th thing is that you've got to be able to check their availability. How available are they? Because you see, when somebody has ability and they are not available, they cannot be dependent on. Availability is how they how much of their time they are willing to give. Now, Potential leaders should be able to give the time required and some more. Anyone who is not able to go the long haul, anyone who is not able to go the extra mile, cannot be a great leader. We are looking for leaders who can go beyond what is required of them. I'm talking about leaders, people who can exceed expectation. In other words, they meet the expectation, but they go over the expectation to do more than they are paid for, more than they are required to do, more than they are told. I like it when people deliver on their results, but I prefer it when people deliver beyond their results. So you want to look at their availability. Now, good or great leaders or potential leaders don't close from the office the time every other person is closing. They always give an extra time. They're always there to say, is there any other thing that I want to do? I heard the story of this young man who would always come into the office before every person, and then he will always leave after everyone. But before he leaves, he knocks on the office of his boss to say, is there any other thing that you want me to do? He eventually took over that organization. Why? Because he made himself available. And the final thing I want to share, I talked about 5. So the final thing I want to talk about is their accessibility. Now, availability is how much of themselves they are willing to give. Accessibility is how much of themselves they are willing to open up to others. See, when a person is accessible, or when you find a potential leader who is accessible, it means that they are willing to allow people to see into them. They are willing to open themselves up to certain intimacies within the office. That means they're authentic enough to accept their wrongs, allow people to get into them. They are willing to receive feedback. They are willing to hear the opinion of other people. They are accessible, means that others can reach them on the team. Because the truth of the matter is that if they are not reachable, then they'll walk alone, and nobody is going to be able to get across to them, even when there are things that needs to be passed to them. It's important that potential leaders are not only available, they are also accessible. So there are 5 things that I think you should be looking at. You should be looking at their level of awareness, their ability to perform. You should be looking at their agility, looking at their availability, and you should also be looking at their accessibility. 5 things that you need to look at, or you want to look at when you are choosing potential leaders. I hope that adds value to you. My name again is Bisi Akande, and I'm called the Inspirer. Thank you.